Question. I have a question. And it's for the American one.
Wait, I'm
Are
not.
you ready for it?
I'm not prepared for this.
That's the whole reason.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Just calm down. I'll make it easy for you. Can you think of any state that is the safest or the most dangerous one in the USA? Like any place you would be afraid to go anywhere in the USA, like in the night or even daylight?
Okay.
And
Okay.
the most safe place you would feel or you've been to?
Okay, I have some thoughts. So what do you want first? Safest or most dangerous?
Safest.
Safest.
I wanna feel safe. Where can I go and feel really safe?
So,
It's such a place in the USA.
statistically, I don't know. So fact check this. This is just my impressions. So the impressions of an American. It also depends on what kind of safe we're talking about. Because if we're talking about safe from crime, the northern states that border Canada, I haven't been to any of them, but my impression is that, yeah, there's less crime. The population is lower, so there's more small towns and things are kind of calmer and quieter. Now, at the same time, in those places, that's also where you have a much better chance of being mauled by a bear.
Mauled by a bear.
Yes,
like attacked.
mauled. M-A-U-L, maul. Maul is like attacked and
Attacked,
really like
Oh, like
messed up. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Right.
that's being mauled.
Okay.
Or any other wildlife.
Doesn't sound very safe. No.
No, but
Yeah.
you have still, even though there's more danger from nature,
So it depends. Yeah, it depends.
what
being
kind of safe?
Yeah.
Right.
I
The
mean,
thing
like
is,
general safe, like just enjoying life and don't care about walking on the land and not being killed by anything or robbed by anything.
we just want to avoid being killed by anything. Bear, man with gun,
Yeah,
nothing.
but maybe such a place doesn't exist. So something that is close to that. So
Maine.
you said Maine.
Maine.
Maine?
Yeah, the state of Maine.
You've been there?
No.
So why do you think it's safe?
Because it's in the far north, very low population, small towns, not a lot of crime. At the same time, I don't think there are very many dangerous animals there. It's populated enough that, yeah, you're probably not going to get lost in the woods for days unless you really try. I think. So this is my
Okay.
impression.
It
yeah.
sounds like the more north state it is, the safer it is, as
Well-
you said. So it means the most dangerous one would be
In the south.
somewhere
No.
south.
It's because danger is coming from people, and the more north and the colder it gets, the less populated it gets. I think is that's how it looks in my mind.
Okay.
I could be completely wrong about
So
that.
it doesn't
but-
mean it would be safer, but it might mean there would be less percent of being attacked because there's less people. Not because there's a less percentage of crime, but because there's just less people.
Maybe at the same time, cities attract people who are not from the cities, who are looking for work, maybe can't find work.
Right.
And then turn to a life of crime or commit some crimes to survive. In small towns in Alaska or Maine, no one just shows up there to
But-
get work and gets stuck there and then has to do crimes.
But the main, as you mentioned in the other video, the main is the land of the Stephen King, I think.
It's true.
Yeah. So in the Stephen King movies, there's always like this.
There's a murder.
There's a murder in the small town.
It's true. It's true. And I don't know how accurate that is or if that actually happens because Stephen King is fiction.
Right.
So, but going to the other side, the most dangerous places are going to be the big cities. Currently, right now, there's a lot of talk about Chicago because there's a lot of violence and murders happening in Chicago.
Okay.
In the past, it has
Like
been
it's from like the people living in poverty or like army veterans or
It's
what?
a
Why
good
should
good
we-
question.
do you know?
I think it's gang violence
Gang violence. Okay.
mostly, but it's a good question. Overall, I'm not sure the details, but I know I've heard about a lot of increase of violence and murder in Chicago. In the past, it has been New York. That would be for an American the picture of a dangerous city.
Like a
But-
Bronx.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But in recent years, the crime rate in New York has gone down a lot. And a lot of these neighborhoods have actually been, like, we say gentrified, meaning kind of rehabilitated. Property values have gone up.
Okay.
Like, so a lot of these famous neighborhoods from, like, America gangster films from
So they
the
have
90s,
improved and
they've completely changed.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
Los Angeles, there's still a lot of neighborhoods that I don't think I would want to walk there at night.
Los Angeles. Okay.
And the most dangerous state, I don't know.
And would you feel dangerous? It's again about the movies. I like horror movies, and there's always like this girl or a group of people that are going from big town and they want to spend a nice time in the somewhere
In the
outside,
countryside,
in
right?
the countryside.
Right.
They find a place to stay, and there's always the rednecks that likes to kill things, and they will feel very danger. Like,
Right. I think this is
Would you feel danger when you go like outside of the big city, like into small town? Have you had
Well-
such an experience?
ironically yes, and I think being in the forest or something at night, most of us feel a little bit uneasy or threatened.
I meant like in the small village, not like being in the forest, but in the small village.
No, being in a small village and thinking, oh, because I'm an outsider in a small village, they're going to murder me. No, I've never felt that. But I think I saw something about this issue that, in fact, horror movies play off of the fear of the unknown. In the past, there were a lot of horror movies about going to the city and having serial killers or I don't know. There could be
And now
monsters
because
or
there
things.
are more people in the city,
What
the
they are-
unknown is outside of the city.
This is the theory, yeah. That
Okay.
being in a
That's
small place where you're the
interesting.
outsider
Yeah.
and you don't know how things work and maybe the people won't like you, this is actually better material for horror movies now because most of the viewers are going to be from big cities where they feel more comfortable. Even if, ironically, I think you have a much better chance of being murdered in a large city than in a small village.
Okay.
Right? I think that's clear.
But when you go into small village, you could have like feeling you don't belong there, and because of that, it could be a little bit unsafe because people don't want you there. That's at least the feeling of the movies.
Right.
It doesn't have to be about killing, just
It's possible that you could find that kind of experience in the US. I've never had that experience. Since we also have another YouTube channel, Explain the CZ about the Czech Republic, let me just
True.
tag on a very quick,
Okay.
unprepared question for you.
Okay.
Is there anywhere in Prague or in the Czech Republic, where we are now,
yeah.
where you would feel unsafe to walk at 2 in the morning?
Yes,
Where is that?
there's quite a few places, and all of them are in Prague, and they are usually in the center, in Wenceslav Square after the midnight.
Wenceslas Square after midnight.
Yeah.
You wouldn't feel safe.
I was
walking there.
working in the hostel there, so I might know something about that.
Mhm.
Even though there are some policemen, there are very little. And it can get crazy because a lot of people, foreigners, doesn't have to be Americans,
Yeah.
but some foreigners go to Prague just to have fun, and the fun means
This would be the
having
British.
a beer.
Yeah,
And the Danish and other
fair enough.
two.
Fair enough. Yeah, Germans maybe.
So
yeah.
there will be a lot of drunk people.
Mm.
So that's where the injury can happen very easily.
Mm.
And there would be, well, this is actually more for the Czech channel.
Okay, fair enough. All right, well, tell us your thoughts. If you can check the statistics and tell me if I'm completely wrong about the safest and most dangerous places in the US. If your number one priority was to be safe in the US, where would you go?
Maybe it has changed over the years, so maybe if you know something more, you can tell us.
If there have been several serial killers in Alaska and now it's a bloodbath, like,
Or if you are living in the dangerous city, tell us which city is it and why is it dangerous,
yep.
so we can compare.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.